Guys, I'm so sorry about the malfunctioning for those of you guys who were on. Um, yeah, so we were talking about remote work and what we can do to create multiple streams of income while living abroad. I'm just waiting for Yodi to come back on the live, and once she comes back on, we'll go ahead and get started, guys. Yeah, yeah. Once she comes back on, we'll go ahead and get started. Yodi, you there, Yodi? Just waiting on Yodi, guys. Just waiting on Yodi. She should be coming back on in a minute. Like I said, guys, sorry for the malfunctioning. Sorry about that. For some reason, as I said, when I'm on my phone doing a live and people are calling through, it just messes up the whole live. This is one of the reasons why I prefer to have my laptop. Yodi, where you at, girl? Just waiting on Yodi, guys. Just waiting on Yodi. Give me 1 minute, guys. All right, the mic is on. The mic is on, guys. So for those of you who just coming on, check out the last video that I just posted. Unfortunately, we had a malfunctioning and Yodi's coming back on. So just give us a minute. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
You good
Yep.
now?
Yeah, I done lost.
Huh?
This is why. Yeah, I said I done lost my little viewers that was on here, talking to you because I seen them answering you questions in the chat. I seen they
Yeah.
was asking you questions in the chat. So where were we at? Where were we?
No, well, who was that? That was me? I think that was my sound.
Uh huh.
And we was talking about spilling the tea.
Okay, so yeah, we was talking about spilling the tea, our podcast, and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
about being consistent.
Right.
Um, sometimes in life we let our traditional jobs, take a hold of us. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that was one of the reasons, where I went wrong, I guess, with spilling the tea. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I told Yodi we weren't consistent enough in terms of, committing ourselves to at least 3 days a week. You know what I mean? At least 3 days
Yes.
a week. Space and places out there. What's going on, brother? I appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where we went wrong, not being consistent. Had we been consistent, I think we would have blown by now. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
I know. Not
We
think.
know.
I
Yeah, 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 for
exactly.
sure, guys.
Oh
We
yeah.
we would have, we would have blown, to the point where we wouldn't be or I wouldn't be working my regular job. Only, my Yolanda's a stay-at-home mom. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But
No,
for those of
wait.
you,
Hold up, Jay.
uh-huh.
Yolanda is a stay-at-home entrepreneur.
Okay. Well, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm glad you corrected me.
That's it.
But yeah, man. I mean, like, well, we was talking about the whole digital marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about some other remote jobs that people can do to work that that can help sustain themselves while they're living abroad. So we talked about digital marketing.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
And then you talk about social media with the
Uh huh.
podcast, which moving forward, mine will actually be a vlogcast.
Uh
Because
huh.
every time I think of podcast, I always think of just listening from like one of those radios or just actually listening. Most people like listening to the podcast. I
Mm-hmm.
like the video effect of it. I like being live. So to me, it would be a what you call what I said, a vlogcast instead
Yeah,
of a podcast.
vlogcast.
You know, I got
Hmm.
to change stuff around, right?
Yeah.
So it's more like a vlogcast than a podcast.
Uh huh.
And if you're into and that can go in any way because if you're into cooking, you know how many cooking shows are done online.
Yeah.
Like I would look at
Yeah.
that quick.
Uh huh.
I done found so many recipes online or people cooking. It's just so even if you want to be you're into cooking and you don't want to
Hmm.
actually get out there physically, do it
Hmm.
online. Get your
Yeah.
little that recording thing that move with you,
360, like
that
a
360
360.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
get that
Yeah.
and get on there and start cooking. Cook it up.
Hmm. And
That's it.
that's what I tell a lot of people because that's one of the things that I like doing. As you know, I do enjoy cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Not for people as like I used to. Now I'm at that point in my life where I cook for myself and I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Jay, I
But
saw that rasta pasta you
you
posted.
saw
Don't
that
play with
Rasta
me.
pasta
Don't
yesterday,
play with me.
yeah.
Don't play
Yeah,
with me.
and I'm just like, yo, I can cook. I mean, I can make other dishes, but that Rasta pasta is just it's a crowd pleaser. It's a crowd pleaser to say the least. But I already said, once I get down to DR full time, I'm gonna be doing my cooking shows. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be implementing that into my channel. I don't want people to just look at me as somebody that's just selling property online. No, no, no. Like I created my channel, to put out informative information and different things that can help people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure,
Exactly.
for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm gonna mention it. Even selling apparel online.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it can be because when as you know, Yodi, when I first started out, remember I bought the vinyl cutter, I bought the heat press machine. She laughing at me. Look, I bought the vinyl cutter, I bought the heat press machine, I bought I mean, I spent a lot of money because initially I was like, yo, I'm gonna do a t-shirt business and I'm gonna do this. Once I got into it, I was just like, Yodi, I needed Yodi's help because Yodi makes apparel. This is something that she does. She's very skilled. She's very skilled in that. And once she started teaching me the ropes and how to go about, making t-shirts, I was just like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do it. For me, as you get older, you want to do something where you don't have to work so much. You don't have to work that kind of a job. You are physically there. The whole it can be very tedious. It's a tedious job,
Mm-hmm.
to say the least. But for somebody that's looking to get into that, that is a business that's optional. Now, one thing I will say, Yodi, because all of that equipment that I bought to start out with the home based business, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
ship all of that to Dominican Republic and hire somebody to yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I felt like in the beginning, I'm like, damn, I wasted all of this money on this this stuff to start up the business, and it's just sitting in my house collecting dust. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So with that being said, I said, you know what? Let me ship it down, and then when I'm ready to start open up a business, making T-shirts and stuff like that, I already have the equipment that I need to get started.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so for somebody that's looking to get into that industry, I say it time and time again. I know you haven't really traveled. You've been to Punta Cana once or twice, right? You've been to DR, have you?
No, I went to
No.
Mexico, but I didn't go to no, I didn't go to
Okay, well,
yeah.
you coming? Don't worry, you
Right, right.
coming. But I tell I tell people, all the time, especially for the expats that are moving into Dominican Republic, there are a lot of things that is going to be needed that we don't have right now. And I tell people all the time, whatever it is that you do in the States, bring it to Dominican Republic, only because there's a huge expat community that's living out there that that can't access some of the things that we have in the States. So
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, do your research, find out what there is a need for in
Mm-hmm.
Puerto Plata, whatever expat communities that you're moving in, and bring it to Dominican Republic. You can't
Mm-hmm.
go wrong. You
And
know.
two, I find that internationally that people are more acceptance to your brand or whatever it is that you're bringing because they're grateful. They have more gratitude than people here. Here, I guess it's such an abundance that people are like, oh, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Everybody's good until nobody's good, right?
Right.
So, you know, spreading your wings abroad is much better than just trying to just stay here local. And when I say
Right.
local, I actually mean United States. We're kind of local,
Uh
and
huh.
we all somewhat have the same mindset. But I find that people are asking me from other countries actually to do things like my soaps and everything in other countries because and how they are needed and how they would appreciate it opposed to me just being here.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's something else to look to think about when you're doing whatever it is that you're going to do, even if it's online apparel. And if you're going to do online apparel with drop shipping, you got to find a good wholesaler. You have to
Mm.
find an excellent wholesaler. You have to find a place where you're going to store all of that. If you're not going to have it shipped from the wholesaler to the person, then
Right.
you got to think about where am I going to keep all of these shirts or what all of this apparel to be able to
Mm-hmm.
ship it out like that. So you have to have space. You would think
A
about having
space.
space for that as well. Yeah.
Right.
So everything seems like it's a great idea until you get into it and you're like, you know what? Maybe this is
This is
not for me.
not for me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So test the
And
waters. Like, don't put your whole foot. Put a pinky toe. Put a
right.
pinky toe. Put a pinky toe in the water. And meaning, like, if you're thinking about doing shirts, say, let me find some heat transfer where you could print off from your inkjet and you could put it on the shirt, see if that'd be a good quality, pull it, stretch it so see if it cracks. Start small. Then maybe if you want to get a cutting machine, or if you know somebody that has them, say, hey, let me come over and sit with you while you're doing maybe a job, because that's what
Right.
happened to me one time.
Mm-hmm.
One of my clients, she wanted to start doing shirts and stuff herself, the same thing, but she came over to my home to see if this is something that she wanted to do. When we finished and that weed, and she was like, mm-mm.
I
She was
can't
like,
do it.
Yolanda, you could keep doing
Right, right, right. And
it.
that was
So
the same thing I did with you. Same,
yes,
same exact
same
thing.
thing. Yes.
And for those of you guys who want to check out some of Yodi's work, you can check out Spilling the Tea, our podcast, because all of what you see on our podcast, and hat well, not the hats. We had the hats made. We had those hats made. But yeah, that's her. That's yeah, that's part of what she does. You'll see the apparel, cups, all of that, and books. Yeah, books, all of that. So and another business, because I'm experienced in it, but I'm not as experienced as you are. But
Mhm.
web developing, because you do web developing too,
Yeah.
I built my own website from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I built it from, well, I'm lying. Not the one that I have now. I had to hire somebody from Fiverr to build that website, but the one that I did on not GoDaddy but Shopify, I
Mm-hmm.
built that one from scratch. And then
Okay.
once I grew my business, I wanted to professionalize my website a little bit more. So then at
Mm-hmm.
that point, I went on Fiverr and hired one of those overseas,
Yeah.
web
Web
developers
developers.
to build my website for me. But
Mm-hmm.
that's another industry for you guys to get in, where you don't really need to go to school, or you don't need a degree or a certificate. You can self teach, yourself pretty much how to become a web
A
developer.
web
I mean,
developer.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, Yodi, you tell them all of what you know. How did you learn?
YouTube University.
Exactly. You guys, and I tell people that all
YouTube
the time.
University.
Yes, you got to make YouTube your best friend. Anything that you want to know in terms of business, starting up whether it be remote, home base, all of that information is at your foot. Okay, YouTube. YouTube, very important.
Mhm.
But the
Use
key
it
is
now
that
before you can't use it. Use it
right.
now.
Yeah.
YouTube is the new trade school.
For real, I
Yeah.
had one of my viewers who young, he is in his 20s, and he wanted to meet up with me, and he said, our schedules just didn't allow us to do it, and he's like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be in Panama for a couple of months, I'm going to be here I'm like, man, what kind of work do you do where you're able to just move around like that? And he told me, he said, I learned how to become a graphic designer. So he taught himself how to do graphic design on YouTube, and that has enabled this young man to work remotely. I
Mm-hmm.
find it that the younger generation, are they're learning how to become self-sufficient, using all these platforms on social media to sustain themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even when you want to write like children's books, I'm getting ready to do AI animate, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm getting ready to do like children's book through animation with the characters through AI animators.
Mm.
So it's like even if you want to be an author or like it's I'm telling you, it's just like endless of the things that you could do online nowadays, especially having YouTube on your side because there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
out there. Even if you get the idea or get the foundation from someone on YouTube and you just create it to make it your own, like add to it to just make it your own. But
Mm-hmm.
it's out there for you.
And people, let me tell you something. People do it all the time. People do it all the
Mm-hmm.
time. They take other people's content and they create content from their content, whether it be them doing. Because I see that a lot. You'll have them, you have them that made the original content, and then you'll have not a moderator, but I forget what they call it. Somebody that's talking over them. What's the
Oh, the
word for that?
voiceovers?
Voice, yeah, they're just pretty much
They do
doing
the
voice.
voice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're creating content. Listen, did I not tell you guys? There's another YouTuber, and check out her channel. Her name is Nev on the Daily. That's my girl. She's always following me. We support each other. But look at her channel and see how this woman has gotten herself monetized. You'd be surprised what you can get monetized for.
Mm-hmm.
She goes into stores and just vlogs about on sale items,
Mm-hmm.
on sale items, and talks about the items that are on sale, whether it be in Target, Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
Costco, and she's uploading these on shorts, and this is how she became monetized. But as I say, guys, it took her some time to become monetized. The key is staying consistent and don't give up. A lot of us, when we get into a business, we want to see the success overnight. It takes time,
So
guys.
yeah.
It takes time. Even for me, I'm very transparent. When I started this YouTube channel, I didn't start it really with the intent on making money. I'm not even gonna hold you, because I'm making my own money. I
Right.
did this with the intent on helping other people to navigate in terms of buying land, getting their homes constructed in Dominican Republic. I saw a need for it because I was getting, the okey doke. They're giving me gringo prices, not just the locals, but coming from the expats too. So this is one of the reasons why I created my channel, and it took me literally 2 years to get partially monetized because I'm not fully monetized yet, but it's just an example of, you have to stay consistent, and it's a job. It's a
It's a
job.
job.
It's
It's a job.
it is definitely a job.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put in the work, you stay consistent, and not just that, surrounding yourself around like-minded individuals, it really plays a major part in your success, man. It
Yes,
does.
it does. It
It
really
plays a
does.
major part of your success.
It
If
does.
you one of those people that's going into this thinking that, oh, I can do this on my own, It's not going to happen. You need a solid team, a support, not just a solid, but a supportive team.
Supportive, yes.
Yes, that can help you to grow your business. You know what I mean?
Yes,
For
yes.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
that is so true because it's many times that I'm like, I know I should have been going live, even with my own channel with Yodi's Place, and I'm just like, I don't feel like it. And when you don't have that support that's going to nudge you to be like, no, let's go, let's do this. It's
Hmm.
it falls to the wayside really because don't get me wrong, we get to that point where we get it's not working, right?
Right.
We can get
Right.
to that point too. That's not
Right.
working, and then we just drop off. And if you don't have that support team to like, no, let's go, that's pushing you,
Hmm.
it's difficult because even trying to what's that word I'm looking for to to encourage yourself. We
Hmm.
are biggest. I'm telling you, we are horrible with encouraging ourselves because it's so
Yeah.
easy to say, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll
Yeah.
do it next week. I'll start again next month. Right? It's so
Hmm.
easy for us to say that, but you need that team that's going to be there. That's like, no, we're doing this right now. No, let's
Hmm.
go. We get up. Let's do this. Right? We need that push. You need
Hmm.
someone that's going to be there for you for that.
So let me ask you a question. For a mother of seven, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the viewers what kind of businesses that you are doing now to sustain yourself here in the states that could
Oh,
possibly help people to bring to Dominican Republic or wherever they decide to move abroad.
well, right now I have a soap business, right? That's
Hmm.
actually, I'm looking to take international. I've been asked about that to take it abroad. I'm a little nervous about it, don't get me wrong, but that's what I'm
Uh-huh.
looking to do now. And the reason why I was asked about the soaps was because of the way that I incorporate what the things that I incorporate into the soap, which I find
Hmm.
is so necessary for people's skin, and that is the actual fruit and vegetables that we ingest. I actually incorporate them into the soap so that they are so that your skin actually gets fed first. I got so many things
Hmm.
going on in my head. Uh,
Uh-huh.
your skin actually gets fed first. I mean, I do a whole tutorial and everything on why we incorporate fruits and vegetables in the soap, why it's so important. But
Hmm.
along with that and building that business, I also do a lot of branding and I help other businesses brand their business because
Hmm.
that's one of the things that's so important when you're in business, regardless whether it's online or it's out here with a brick and mortar, is that you wear your brand because your brand speaks you.
Right.
So a lot of people, I find that a lot of clients, their problem is that they're like, it's so expensive. It's expensive to get this. It's expensive to get that. So I do help people to brand themselves with whether it's with cups that they're using on their show, whether it's with the t-shirts, whether it's with coffee cups, pens, books, whatever it is that they can help them brand, tote bags, whatever it is that they need in order to get their name out there. Because once your name is out there, believe it or not, your product sells itself. People buy just
Right.
because they know you or because you're known, right?
Hmm.
They'll buy because you're known, not because they know you. Because I know many people that know me, and those are not my customers. Right? Those are not
Uh-huh.
my biggest
Right.
customers.
Right. It's your biggest. I always tell people, when you're doing a business, whatever business, especially when you become successful, most of your supporters are going to people that don't even know you. You know, your
Exactly.
biggest supporters are people who don't know you. And
Exactly.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yes.
And I find it that in most cases, a lot of people that I was riding with before I started my journey, I'm no longer riding with. You
No,
know?
the wheel
Yeah.
done fell off.
Yeah.
That wheel done fell off. I had to put a new wheel on.
Right.
Because people automatically think that once you get in a certain space in your life or a certain space in your business, they either think you're doing very well or they think you're not doing well enough for them, right? Just for me to be
Mhm.
on that, what you're not doing nothing. So why I'm riding with you?
Mhm.
And if they think that you're doing well, then they're like, really feel like they 2 cent has put you there. And if they take it away, you're going to fall. That's not how, and technically we all know that that's not how it works. But that's
Mhm.
some people feel that way. They feel like, oh, if I take it away, then they're not going to have it anymore. Okay, not a problem. But you still, the grind is still there, and I'm still gonna get it regardless, right?
Right.
But once you'll notice, once your views really, you start hitting a certain plateau, you'll see
Mm-hmm.
even more people dropping off. Because as much
Mm-hmm.
people want you to succeed, they don't want you to succeed beyond them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
People may want you to succeed, and they'll be in your corner until you start leveling up past them. Then they're like,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, I'm not with it no more,
Yeah.
or they're not good with looking at your progress and they feel like they're in the same space.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole thing. We could do a whole segment on I'm telling you, we could do a whole segment on people supporting and the support that you need when you're building your business.
Well, we did that on Spilling the Tea. You remember?
Right. We
That was
need
like
about
one
four
of
or five. We need 4 or 5
yeah,
of those segments.
yeah, we did. Yeah, because it's reality. It's reality.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
you have people that that are there to support you, and you got people on the other side that's preying on your downfall. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for you to filter out those who are supporting you and those who are not. You know what I
But
mean?
after a while, they get filth. They get sifted anyway because they
Yeah.
can't stand people that are not for you. They cannot. The energy of their hate can't stand to see your can't stand in the energy of your success.
Hmm.
So they're gonna fall away anyway. I don't have to knock you off the wagon because you're gonna fall. Because it's like I can't. That hatred is not gonna be able to be there because you know what they're gonna start saying. Forget that. I'm just gonna go do what I got to do for me. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do forget
Facts.
that. I'm gonna get my own. I ain't right. So I don't have to. I don't have to. Most of the people that done fell off from me and from my life, I never put them out. They put
Hmm.
themselves out because
Yourselves out.
right,
Hmm.
the negativity can't stand in the same space as your success. It can't.
Hmm.
It can't. So you don't have to worry about sifting or filtering. They're gonna filter
Hmm.
themselves.
Yourself out. I hear that. Well, I'm gonna read some of these comments from Spaces and Places. He says, "Yeah, brother, yo, brother Jay. I'm sorry, your brother out here in Oakland enjoys cooking too. What's up with the Rasta pasta recipe, though, fam? Quit playing with me. All right. So if you want that Rasta pasta recipe, I have it actually on TikTok. I put it out on TikTok. I put it out there on TikTok. Um, and most people they're like, yo, I want you to make it regardless. I don't care if it's out on TikTok. I want I ain't gonna make it like you, but I do have the recipe out there, bro. I do.
Nuh-uh, Jay, you
Um,
gotta make it. You gotta make it, Jay.
Look,
August, I'm
even
looking for my Rasta pasta.
Yodi called me the other day. Was like, my daughter's requesting your Rasta pasta. Yeah, she don't want nobody else's but yours. I said, all right, I got you. I got
That's
you.
it.
That was another thing, guys. Like, even for me, building a house in Dominican Republic, I was having a conversation with Yodi and a few other people about it. There have been times where I'm like, where the hell did I get this money? And I'm gonna tell you, when you are focused and you really trying to, do something for yourself, you'd be surprised how much you can accomplish only if you, sacrifice and budget your money, in a way to whereas you can see where your money is really going. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten this far by, sacrificing a lot of sacrificing, man, a lot. But now I'm at a point now, I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired of giving all of my energy and time into. I'm blessed for the job that I have. God knows that I'm blessed for it. I'm blessed, to have that, and I'm thankful, I should say. But at the same time, just as I'm dedicated to this, I need to be dedicated to, my YouTube channel, and because that's what's going to grow my business. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what's going to grow it.
That's it.
And I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us we are so afraid, afraid of taking that leap, of faith
Mm-hmm.
and jumping out and doing something other than what we are doing, because a
Exactly.
lot of us are so accustomed and so conditioned, to the traditional 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and if you're one of those people, you just got to do it, man. You just
You
have
have
to
to.
do it. You have to do
You
it
have to.
because if you don't, you're gonna end up regretting it and like, damn, I should have, I could have, you know what I mean? I remember,
Mm-hmm.
when I was in Vegas, this was a few years back, and I had reached out to you, Yodi. You remember Yodi? I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
can recall. And I had went into the mall, and they was making soaps like you. Remember, Yodi?
Yep.
I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, Yodi, there is a market for this. There is a market
Mm-hmm.
for it. And
Mm-hmm.
you might be one of those people that have a great product, but just don't know how to go about marketing it. You have to make social media your best friend. You got to make it your best friend. We have all these platforms that you can market your product on. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You know, I mean, countless of platforms. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I said, the key, guys, is consistency. That is the key. So, yeah, that is just the key. So also, I know you mentioned about your soap business. Let the viewers know if they're interested. Where could they go to find your soaps that you're selling? And I'm gonna tell y'all firsthand. I've tried Yodi soaps. Amazing for people who've got eczema, bad skin. It'll clear you up. Like, she's got some good. My parents, my mothers, my sisters have bought in soaps from Yodi. I have bought in soaps. The product definitely speaks for itself. So for those of you who are interested, the last live before we got disconnected, I did put your link in the description box. But when I end
Okay.
this, I'm going to put it in this description box as well. But give them the
Okay.
name of your website so they know where to find you if they're looking to buy some of your soaps.
It's www.preservingyou.com. And I want to just put this little tidbit in there because I know a lot of people say how they do soaps, and believe me, I get it all the time. They be like, "Yeah, my grandmother's sister, uncle, father's brother, sister-in-law, she started doing soaps." But I just want to tell you that number one is that people do soaps differently, so you got to be mindful of that, and you have to be mindful of what they're actually putting into the soap. And if they can't describe what they're putting in and why they're putting it in, then you don't need to be purchasing from them. My soaps, the things that I'm putting in there the things that I'm putting in there are a lot of them comes from a garden that we are actually growing ourselves. So the spinach, the kale, the carrots, all of that is actually going into my soaps coming from a garden that we are actually growing the vegetables. I just did a carrot orange turmeric soap, and
Mm-hmm.
I got the fresh carrot. I'm gonna see if you can see it here. I had the fresh carrot, turmeric, and
Mm-hmm.
carrot, turmeric, and orange. Now the orange we didn't grow, okay, but and what I did is I dehydrated them
Uh-huh.
and then I grind them up. So all of it is fresh. And I
Uh,
incorporated it into, now it's getting all over my computer, but I incorporated it into this bar of soap. So
mm,
everything you're getting is not it's not commercially processed. Okay, it's
mm-hmm.
actually freshly processed by myself. So I know exactly what's going into my soap. I know how much is going into it, and what it's going to take not to burn the skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
This particular soap doesn't have any fragrance to it. And that's so important to me. I need to know what's going into those products, into my products. That's why I do them myself.
Mm-hmm.
And get my vegetables. The fruits we are not really grown well. We got a few strawberries and blueberries, but for the most part, our vegetables, the spinach, the kale, the broccoli we have, the
Mm-hmm.
eggplant, all of those things that I incorporate into the soap is actually being grown at the garden, which you could see on my channel sometimes that I'm at the garden and we are actually picking the things that
Mm-hmm.
that needed to go into the soap. So I just want to put that in.
Nice. Oh, nah, awesome. And listen, I'm gonna need you guys to hit the like, share, and subscribe. I got 5 of you
Yes.
guys in there in the group. And if you don't know where to like, share, and subscribe, it's the top three dots on the top right hand corner. I appreciate that, guys. So
Yes.
you have your website. You're doing your soaps. Um, I don't want to tell everything. I'm giving you the opportunity to let everybody know what else is you do. You know,
Oh goodness. And I help brand.
yeah, she does a lot of the branding, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you are an author of 2 books. 2 books,
Oh
is
yeah.
it?
Well, Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, I'm just saying, sis.
I'm laughing because my books are like the little ones, when I was on my backslide. So they gonna find some real Yodi up in them books.
No, only because there might be people, I might have viewers that are looking to write a book. Since you done already been through the process and you done published 2 books,
right.
it could help somebody who's looking to go down that avenue. You might be able to help them to navigate through that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, if you guys need some help with getting your vlogcast or podcast started, the behind the scenes work that I enjoy doing, then let me know. I enjoy doing that as well. I really enjoy helping people get their podcast. And I'm gonna tell you, and Jay noticed for true, one of the most important things about getting your podcast or your vlogcast up and running is making sure that you have your topics on deck.
Yes.
The worst thing you could try to do is try to just figure out topics along the way. Get your topics on deck. Put out, write down 20 or 30 topics before you even start a podcast.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And start researching or doing whatever you need to do, get the people on, whatever you need to do for those topics. But put those topics down, because that is so important, is making sure that you have your topics. Oh, somebody asked on Instagram.
Yeah, they want your social media info. So
okay, I'm gonna
I know you got a lot of platforms. And
I'm gonna tell you, what happened with me on Instagram. I was on Instagram and I was starting to really get monetized and everything, right? I got into that point and I got hacked.
Wow.
And when I got hacked, I called Instagram, I sent an email and everything, right? And they had a nerve. They was like, send me a picture. Now, I'm not one with all the filtering and stuff. This is who I am. I don't hardly have no makeup on, see? So, but, this is who I am, right?
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get at this point.
Right.
And so I sent them the picture and everything. They had a nerve to say, "Oh no, that's not you." But you let a hacker come into on my account and hack my account. But now you're gonna tell me I'm not me? So it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm really trying to work myself up of getting my Instagram pages back up. I do have them. I am on Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram as much as I'm on TikTok.
Okay, so give them your TikTok. Give them your TikTok info.
Yodi's Place. Yodi's Place at Yodi's Place.
Or and it's Yodi like on her hat. Yodi's Place.
Right. Yeah. Yodi's Place or Loving Yolanda. But you could put that in here. I'll send it to Jay. He could put it there. Because Loving Yolanda has more of what I actually do. But
he said, did the hacker get you for that turn 500 into 5,000?
No, it wasn't even that. What they did is they hacked another friend of mine, and what I clicked on hers.
That's
right.
How
and so they was able, because see, and that's why now when people say, when people send your friend requests and all that other stuff, I go to their page and I have to look to see, and then if I only see like 3 or 4 pictures on there, then I know that somebody hacked their page.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really
So before I forget, give the viewers the name of the 2 books you published, and they can get them on Amazon, right? If they want.
Right.
So tell them the name of the 2 books that you and what kind of books it is that you published, so that they know. Yeah. And now, guys, I'm gonna put all this information in the description box. Her channel, her contact info for those of you who are looking, to get branding done, social media, whatever it is that she's just kind of, I'm going to put all her information in there for you guys, all right? Yeah, but give them the name of the 2 books that you published. I read one of them, which is very, very good.
Yeah.
Very good, yeah.
One of the books is called Face Me, and
That's
other
the one that I read.
And the other one is Face Me Too, What a Tangled Web We Weave. So that was the book's drama. Let's say that. Let's just say.
Yeah, it was, and I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but you my girl, so I had to read it, but I like Face Me. I did. I really did.
Yeah, because it's not that actually, it's the kind of book, it just flows. So you get some of everything. It's drama, is murder, is sexual, it's everything. It's like everything all into one, everything that made me who I am. That's why I got so many different avenues.
Nobody 92 says, why did you stop writing books, or do you still write books?
I actually I'm in the process of, I got 3 books that I started. And the reason why I haven't finished is because I was really trying to change my style of writing, or get into a different, how would I say, genre, get my tongue twisted, right? Genre of writing. So what I did was I wrote this serial killer book.
Okay.
And it was really crazy. And then I felt that it didn't really fit my spirituality at that time, or at this time. So I had to put that to the side. And then I have another book that I was writing. I realized during that process that I'm not a self-help writer. I don't do self-help books. So I try, I really was in the middle of trying to find my niche of what I really wanted to write about. Because I didn't want to keep writing about the same thing. I'm just not that person. So the serial killer book was more of where I'm going to gravitate to. So I was just changing styles down. It's not that I stopped writing.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and what made me want to become an author? Oh, well, I don't work there anymore, so I could tell you, but I used to work in a hospital. I used to work in a hospital, and I was doing overnight, and I was bored, and I decided to write a book. And then it was told to me that I had someone else who wrote a book, and when I read her book, I was like, oh, this is it. I could do this. And everybody can't write a book, so it's not for everybody. And I'm like, really? And what challenge? So I wrote the book, and then I wrote that book in 6 weeks. Face Me. And then everybody was like, where's the second part? Because I'm always leaving cliffhangers. So it's like, where's the second one? Where's the second one? So then I wrote it. I wrote the other one and went on from there. So I do enjoy writing, but that is another thing that is really, you have to have an excellent editor. You have to have an excellent editor when you're writing. That's so important. But now I'm looking to turn it into I'm getting into script writing. So I'm looking to turn it into a play, or just a mini, like maybe a short movie. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking into now.
Okay.
So actually, I'm looking to produce I know everybody saw the Golden Books. I'm looking to produce the Little Red Hen, but in, of course, human form.
Well, so, I got something. I got something in store for you. I got another YouTuber by the name of Traveling Gems that's looking to do a movie. So I think I'm gonna have you a part of that. Yeah. Once he gets back from his, he's on a hiatus. He's all over right now, traveling to Colombia and all over. So once he gets back to the States, we're gonna talk about that a little bit more.
Okay.
There was something else that I wanted to say that I just lost my train of thought. Man, I hate that. I hate it. But
and yes, you can find the book on Amazon.
Oh yeah, you can find it on Amazon. Like I said, it's called Face Me. Once you send me all of your contact and all your books and all of that stuff, send me the links to everything so that I can put it in the description box. Okay.
Okay.
And that way, and if anybody wants to reach out to you, they can contact you directly, via your social media, platforms or whatever. Okay. So we are pretty much over an hour in. And guys, there's 2 parts to this. The first video that we did, we had a malfunction, so I had to make another live. So if you missed out on that, you guys can go back to it. Yodi, I'm definitely gonna have you back on. I do appreciate you on the channel. Is there anything that you want to say to the viewers before we close out? And also, guys, that was what I was gonna say, guys. I don't know if you guys know who Bo Rakes is, but Bo Rakes is my guy. Never met him in person. He's another YouTuber. I just happened to go on his channel, just to check to see what he had going on, and his channel is no longer to be found. Now, Bo Rakes he's big time. He's got over 10,000 followers. So I'm trying to figure out what happened to his page. If anybody knows what happened to Bo Rakes, please let me know. Hit me up on WhatsApp because I genuinely like Bo Rakes. He kind of reminds me of myself. And, when I started out this whole YouTube, he was like, one of the ones that supported me and, was giving me that push to keep going. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, at first I'm like, damn, did he block me? I'm like, yo, what did I do? So then I reached out to one of my viewers. I said, yo, do you know what's going on with Bo Rakes? He said, let me check out and see if his channel comes up. His channel is no longer on YouTube. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. Nobody 92 says, yeah, you need to consider being co-host again. You see what I'm saying, Yodi? What did I tell you?
I know.
I told you. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Our podcast is coming back soon. I'm also gonna leave the Spilling of the Tea pod, and that's another thing, guys. Before I end this, when we were doing our podcast, we wasn't just streaming on YouTube. We were streaming on 3 different platforms at one time. As I said, Yodi's the techie behind all of that. I got to give her flowers. When it comes to that, Yodi is the mastermind behind all of that. So yeah, when we were streaming, we streamed on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the same time. All right. So just know that for anybody that's looking to start a YouTube channel, Yodi has the ability to make that happen. If you want to stream on all different platforms, she can do that. All right. Spaces and Places out there says good info and talking points, y'all. 100. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate all the love and support. And Yodi, I'm gonna let you close out. If you want to say anything to the viewers before we close out, here's your time.
Okay. I know y'all want me to bust out into a song, right? Y'all want to hear my rap. But no, thank you guys for coming on. We appreciate you. Love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. And hopefully J-Day will have me back on again.
Oh, no, guys. She's a part of the J-Day family. She's a part of the family. Yodi's going to be one of the moderators on the channel, all right? And once y'all start seeing the rejuvenation of the channel, just know that it's coming from Yodi. You heard me?
That's right. Queens all day.
Yes. All right, guys. Okay. Until next time, peace and love, and I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all take care.
Take care.